Hello everybody, this is Elohim and welcome back to Rokana Craft. Now, today I had some plans set up for us, but there's been a change in plans. I want to show you around a little bit first, show you what all's been going on, and then I'll tell you what the plans were and then what they're going to become. First off, you'll have noticed there is a villager in my house. Now, the reason he is in here is because he is a special type of villager. He is, I'm probably not going to pronounce this right, he is a Tok'ra. Some of you may recognize that term from Stargate. Yes, he is a villager from the Stargate or the SG Craft mod. I've been trying forever to get one of these, and I got him. Which, let me show you his trade. I haven't unlocked any of the other trades, but this is his first one. Is Stargate Controller Crystal. Villagers are the only way to get these crystals. Look at that, 16 emeralds and a diamond. Now, one of the things I want to show you is, you will notice this building is bigger. We have an automatic potion brewing area, and I had to stick this guy over here because I had nowhere else to put him. We got another one. 8 emeralds and a diamond for a Stargate core crystal. Another item that can only be got from villagers. Alright. Now, you see the gold farm that I built last episode. Did some decorating over here. I want to show you. I think the zombie pigman heads look really good. This, I'm planning on getting 2 villagers and putting them in here of the priest kind, specifically with the rotten flesh trade for emeralds. See, we got another pigman head in here. This thing is great for generating them. Let's put that one with those. Of course, we have the iron farm, which I've been adding villagers to. As you see, some are not at full health. Occasionally they glitch through the glass and land down here. We actually did lose one. I put his corpse over to the side so eventually we can resurrect him. Because yes, we have the gravestone mod. Eventually we will have an altar. You will notice this wonderful build up here that was built by Sorona. Yes, it is a tree farm and storage area. Sorona is really good with redstone. I wouldn't be able to take and do this, at least not as quickly as she did. Like, I got off the server, went to bed, woke up, and this was here. It's like, heck yeah. Now, I've got a little side project going on over here with this modest stone brick building. Eventually I'll have a sign up here telling what it is, but it is a villager trading post. Now you may wonder why I don't have the Stargate villagers in here, because I'm actually keeping those separate. But we do have some decent villagers. Look at this. 19 coal for an emerald. Not too bad. 8 emerald for iron leggings. It kind of sucks. 8 iron for an emerald. With that iron farm, emeralds for days. I really like the look of this guy. Red eyes, all red outfit. He's a villager from Forbidden Magics. And this one is from Gravestones. Look, 30 chicken nuggets for an emerald. Need to send this guy to McDonald's. This villager is from Thaumcraft. 8 coins for an iron ingot. Not too great with the iron farm, but I want to see what else he has. As you see, this is a little over halfway full. Let's stand in the doorway. So there's the halfway mark. We are one past halfway. 14 raw beef for an emerald. Wool for an emerald. That's locked up right now. And he doesn't seem to have any other trades, so I may be getting rid of him. He may get sent to the iron farm. Haven't really been working too much other stuff around base, but yes, I now have a advanced ender portal to the future base site. And yeah, everything looks the same here when we left it, except, the boring laser is no longer up here. The reason for that is it dug out all this, and I've been digging out mines with it. And I have one going in each direction. Now, let's see, which one did I leave it off on? I actually recently stopped it in the middle of digging. It wasn't this one. Nope, wasn't this one. Actually, the first one I had to dig out. That's right, I had it dig out this one, then directly behind it. So this was the one I stopped it in the middle of. It had some skeletons down here. Don't want the arrow. Now, you'll find out here in a minute why I stopped it. In a few minutes. Do want to show you the rest of this. Now, the area up here has changed a little bit. I did have dirt up here, but I changed it out with silverwood planks. Even though this is unspawnable, this is the only spot that has a spawn place on it, and I got a torch there. I still occasionally find mobs up here. Here's where I got my villagers from. I have a nice little village breeder over here. And yeah, I've got a few in here. I'm purposely leaving it with that amount in it right now. Here's where the babies go. They're not going to breed because the amount that are over here right now seems to be the max for the amount of doors I've got. But I have this nice little setup right here. Flip the lever, the block comes back. Water pushes the adult villagers into the hole. Close it off. And what I'm doing is I leave it closed off. And when the villagers grow up and they come up here, I come in and I check their trades. If they have good trades, like for the trading post, I use the Enderly lasso here to teleport them over into a spot. If they have a bad trade, they tend to go over here. Oh, they may breed after all. That's fine. I don't want them breeding too much, so hopefully it's a bad trade. But if it's a good one, that's fine too. The problem is as you see, I've got two of the Stargate ones. Now, I don't have a lot of room for them yet. I'm going to be building a Stargate room for the community area. That way we can use the Stargates to get around. Yeah, we have the Ender stuff for teleporting, but a Stargate is also good because we'll be able to go to other people's bases without having to carry around or craft a bunch of the advanced Ender portals. They are on the expensive side. I mean, they use, just to make a normal one advanced, it's 4 gold and 4 diamonds. That's not cheap. Where the Stargate, yeah, they're expensive, but once they're built, it's repeatable uses with fuel. Yes. I finished leveling out around my base, and then I dug 3 in and put lava. This way, I don't get any hostile mobs sneaking in. They pretty much come up to the edge, look at me, and that's about it. Look, hello. Ah, you got pushed in. Ha ha ha. Die. Now, today's project was going to be building the first part up here. But since I've started getting the Stargate villagers, I'm going to go ahead and start on the Stargate room. Now, my plan for it is quite simple. Not really. It's not a simple plan, but it's going to be cool looking, I hope. Stick that up there, that there. Sleep real quick. Now, Serona has told me she's working on an elevator system to get up to the tree farm because, as I've said before, we will be having other people join us eventually on the server. They're not going to be able to fly to start with. The Mask Majora is expensive to get, or you have to be lucky with the Magic Clover. So what I'm going to do is I was looking at the hill over here behind Serona's house, and then this one back over here once it spawns in. There we go. I was looking at those, but yeah, I don't want to take and inconvenience her by putting it right behind her house. And that hill's too small. I want to put this thing inside of a hill. So I got to looking. There's a hill over here a decent distance from Lilith's house that looks to be about the right size for what I need. And we're not really using this area over here much, so I figure it's far enough away from base and close enough to base that it'll work. So this is why I have the boring laser not digging my mines right now, because I'm going to let it cut through this hill. Get me a good tunnel going through, be a good pilot area. And it's going to dig up some of this, that's fine. And I'll have to periodically clean this out, get the stuff that we don't want to keep out of it. But for the most part, this is just to get a pilot hole dug into the hill so I have a good area to work with. Now, this is going to take a little while. We're not just going to stand here and watch this as it digs. So what I'll do is I'm going to let this do its thing off camera, and I will be back once it's dug the hole in here for me. Alright, see y'all in a few seconds. Hello everybody and welcome back. Alright. I have already emptied out most of the stuff we got in the chest. Stone has gone over to the infernal furnace. And I've also went ahead and lit the area up in here and did some exploring. There's actually a couple of cave systems back here that lead to other exits, which is fine. There's this dead end, which is good. There's, of course, basic supplies. I went through and lit all of these up to make sure there were no spawn areas. Of course, this is open to the sky, so that'll have to be closed off. And there's another one that's open to the sky. That'll have to be closed off as well. It took me a few minutes of going around, lighting everything up. But I do not want mobs spawning in here. Now, most of this back area isn't going to be used for much, at least not at first. The area I want to build first is actually going to be right here. Now, what I want to do is first I want to take and have this drop down a little further, which means manually digging it out or bringing that in, digging a hole, putting it in, and then hoping it doesn't blast past where I want it at, which it would. Alright. This episode may be a little bit, what's the word? Jump cut heavy. For that, I do apologize, but me digging this out is not going to really be that entertaining, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, I do apologize. If if I'm wrong, hey, let me know in the comments. And next time, I won't do a bunch of jump cuts for it. Alright? Let me get back. Let me go in here, get this dropped down some. The room enlarged a little bit. And I'll be back. Okay, everyone, and welcome back. Alright, as you see, I do have Omnifine's spawn detecting area on. Using that to make sure there's no spawn areas. I have been working on this a little bit, so let's go take a look at what we've got. Okay. Now my idea is you're going to come in here. There's going to be a big door here. You'll come in, and you're going to go down. And then this over here is going to be the lead up into the Stargate. Stargate will be right here against this wall. I do want it to kind of look uniform because of the fact, for those of y'all that are fans of the show, especially the original, the Stargate was on a military base. For those of y'all that don't know, Stargate actually started out as a movie. Let's grab this iron. Yes, we have the iron farm, but there's no point in wasting the resources. So I'm removing anything that's not stone from being visible. Not really worried about the coal so much, unless it's visible. Gravel. And yes, I could do the torch trick on this, but not really worried about it. I have the obsidian shovel. It's good enough for this. Oh, and that's why I have the spawn thing on from Omnifine, because I do not want to leave any areas where mobs can spawn because of the fact that this has got to be a secure place. Now, this is going to be a public or a community Stargate. Let's close this up for now. And look at all this dirt and gravel. Alright. And not really worried about back here. Just what's visible. Alright. I'm not going to do all of this on camera, but I do want to show you what I'm doing. And some of this is liable to be changed in the building process, because I have not planned this out in advance. Oh, thank you. Alright. This is good for now on here. Let's get some bricks. And some stairs. Because I do want this side to be staired. And I know these stone brick stairs don't exactly match it, but it'll have to work. Alright. Now while I work on this further, and don't worry, I'll be putting the Stargate in on camera. Alright, let me work on this a little bit more, and I'll be back with you for the next update. Hello everybody, welcome back for this update. Alright, let's take a look around at what I got. Okay, now, as you see, I am digging it out bigger than it was before. I still got to dig up a little bit on this side. Let's go ahead and knock this out real quick. Now, again, all this dirt will be removed because I do want it to look kind of like a base. I can't really replicate the actual base that they use on Stargate. Oh, that would be a great mod to have, StarCraft. One of my favorite games of all time, but that's beside the point. Like I was saying, I can't really duplicate the exact base they have on Stargate, on any of the Stargates, because, well, this is Minecraft. That would be a little hard. But, let me show you what I've got going on here. There's what's below here. Nothing too impressive. But, I do have this area up here. There's Serana. I have, this is where the Stargate's going to be. This is where the controller's going to be to activate the gate. Up here is going to be an observation area, which is also where I'm going to put the villagers at. And then this doorway is going to be closed, and it's going to come in from the side up into here. All right, now let me get back to work so that we can get this done. Okay, everyone, welcome back to the recording, and let me show you what I've got done so far. Ooh, yep, I've got this area leveled out, and I've got this area up here still to work on a little bit. Gonna do some other stuff on here. Now, one thing I did want to do is place the controller out. Now, this is the Stargate controller. To make it, 3 buttons, an ender pearl, 4 obsidian, and the Stargate control crystal. Now, I did not craft this. It was got by Lilith Rokana from a magic clover. She told me I could have it. So here's what the controller looks like. Look at that. Here's where you put in the coordinates. And this bottom part is where you put in fuel. Now, the fuel for it, if I can get close to the spelling of this. This is the fuel for it. Looks like a green coal. In ore form, it looks like a green coal ore. Now, each Stargate has its own coordinates. That's what this is for. You actually type it in on your keyboard, or you can click it in on here. This gives you the letters that correspond to each symbol. Pretty cool. I love the design of this. Now, whoa, glitching through. Alright, now one thing we do need to do is I want ways into this room from both sides. And this is going to be sealed off, so the way in is actually going to be over here. It's going to be on both sides of the hallway. There's going to be doors that lead around into there. So, let's see. We will put the door on both sides. I want this even. Now on this side I do have to be a little careful because there is a cave system in this place, like I showed you. Alright, now let's dig this out. Gonna need it more than just a hallway. Well, I don't technically need it more than just a hallway, but it's gonna be. This right here is gonna be a 3x3 room. Some lighting up. Ooh, iron. Like I said earlier, not going to let that go to waste. And I've still got some stone to replace it with. Alright. I have a 3x3 room here. I do want stone there, but the hallways, well, I'll leave the room 3 tall. Let's leave the hallways a little smaller. Alright. And we'll do something simple. There we go. Ah, not far enough. That's fine. We're also going to have to come down a level at some point. That's fine. I got plenty of stone to refill this in, and it'll actually give me an in and out area. That right there. Let's say we drop down one right there. Do believe I still have a stair. Yep. Let's guess. That may be long enough now. I'm going to want it to take me a little bit away from that stair, at least a block, so that it doesn't look all cluttered. That's perfect. I am happy with that. And all you do, come over here, blah, blah, blah. Fill that in, and I'm going to come over here. Want another 3x3 room here. Now, this is kind of based off of a government facility from the show, roughly, very roughly. But because of that, I want everything to be even. Okay, now let's see how far this goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Somebody's gonna pay for that. Darn witch. We'll be okay, but it's just annoying. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. We're actually going to go 2, even though one of them is going to be the stair. So, 1, 2. Torch right there. See, when does it drop? Alright, that first one is going to go up one. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Some light in here. I'm going to have to clear this coal out, but that's okay. This should go straight. There we go. Now, do our little 3x3 room here. Dig it up one. So don't feel so claustrophobic. Let's get this coal out of here. Stuff's always useful. Just, it's not as big of a deal on this server as it is on a lot of servers because we do have the Infernal Furnace. And we have lava crystals from Blood Magics. There we go. Now we just need the stair. Hate to make a full set of stairs just for one, but hey. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Besides, I'll find a use for the stairs, the rest of the stairs later. stone. Ta-da! Now, we are going to need some buttons. One there, one there. Gonna say this should probably cover what we need, button-wise. One there, one there, one there, one there. Because yes, each one of these are gonna have iron doors at them. Make sure what side I put that on. Okay, there and there. And let's go get these iron doors in place. Once we do that, we can actually put the villagers in. And yes, as you can see, the mining laser is still there. I'm still using the Optifine to make sure where the spots are. There is a wither cat over there. I do not want to mess with him. Let's grab some iron. We need 4 doors. Yeah, that's a lot more than 4. 2, 3, 4. And turn the rest of this back into blocks for easy storage. Alright. Ninja buttons. Nice and hidden. Hey, I forgot to take this block out. There we go. Alright. Now we've got this room at least secured. Got the controller up. Alright. Now there is a little bit more stuff I'm going to be doing in here. Like, I have to get this ready for the villagers, which I will do off cam. I will be back as soon as I'm done doing it. Don't worry about that. Let's get some of this stuff that's worth keeping up in here. I do apologize for that cough. And we are going to send this stone to the infernal furnace. That there. Alright. And I will be back after I get a few things done on that room. Okay, everybody. And we are now back for the final update of the episode. And I have came back outside because I kind of want to take and give you a walkthrough on what I've done here with the final project or product of, well, for the episode. This place will constantly be worked on. But for tonight, for this episode, this is enough. So let's go take a look. See my gold farm over there. Okay, up here you see a chest, and yes, this is still open. This chest belongs to Sorona. She has agreed because, yes, I like redstone. I'm good with redstone. She's better. Flat out, she is better with redstone than I am. I have no problem admitting that. So she has agreed to do a 3x3 piston door for this place. And I thank her very much. I do want to go ahead and say here, any server that ends up with her on it is a very lucky server because she is very knowledgeable in Minecraft. Let's come in here. As you see, I've got some redstone lamps in the ceiling and the entryway. And some iron doors with stone buttons hidden in here. Now, these doors both lead to the same thing. The 3x3 rooms. Let's come around. Alright. Never can get through these doors right. Alright, now we have the Talkra villagers in here. And 2 computers with seats. And the seats are usable. Thank you, Bibliocraft. Alright. Now, this lever, I'll explain in a little while. Alright. Now, let's come down through here so I can show you the rest of the room. Alright. Lights in the walls on both sides. Now, you come in here and lights running from the control room down the wall and back here to the wall over here. I just like the way this looks. Think it looks really good. Like I said, this will have more added to it eventually. But for the final touch on this, I am going to put the Stargate in place. Now, the Stargate is not going to be able to be used really until we get more Stargates in place around the world. Because you have to have at least 2 Stargates to use them. So let's put this beautiful piece of equipment in here. I'm just hoping I have that controller close enough. Okay. First things first, I'm going to place the Stargate base. To craft this, 2 chiseled sandstone, 2 smooth sandstone, 2 Naquata alloy ingots, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, a piece of redstone, an eye of ender, and a Stargate core crystal. One of those villagers gives it. I think it's the one on this side you can buy it from. Now that crystal is uncraftable. Place this bad boy down in the middle. Then we have to alternate these other blocks in a certain pattern. We have the Stargate chevron blocks, which are 2 chiseled sandstone, 2 smooth sandstone, 2 more of the alloy ingots, a glowstone dust, a redstone, and an ender pearl, and Stargate ring blocks, which is 3 chiseled sandstone, 3 smooth, and the ingots. I really like the fact of seeing the chiseled sandstone and the smooth sandstone used in a recipe. It's not something you see very often. Now, the pattern you want to go for, a ring segment on each side, chevron blocks after that, ring segments there, chevrons there, ring segments there, chevrons, rings, and you guessed it, a chevron goes here. Now, for those of y'all that are fans of Stargate, yeah, looking at this, this doesn't look much like the Stargate. Keep in mind, this is Minecraft, and this being Minecraft, the person who made the mod did a really freaking awesome job because it turns from a block into the actual Stargate. And if we had another Stargate, I could power this thing up, but we don't, so I can't. Now these, and yes, you're not seeing things. This is a circle. And when you do activate it, these little chevrons light up. This inner circle spins. Now, I'm going to give it a Stargate Chevron upgrade. This upgrade makes it where this Stargate will be able to... Oh, hello, Lilith. Okay, this Stargate right here can only travel within the dimension it's in. This upgrade will allow it to travel to the Nether and the End. And I'm going to test and see if it'll travel to a few other dimensions that we have on the server. To make it, the alloy ingot, 2 glowstone, 2 redstone, and 2 ender pearls. Not too terribly expensive. Here's the coordinates, the address for this Stargate. You shift right click with the upgrade, and it goes in. Now, then I'm going to add the Stargate Iris upgrade. Now, we actually won't need this much here on the in community because you don't want to stop people from coming to the community center, but I'm adding it because it'll look good. To make this, you need redstone and 8 Stargate Iris blades. To make the blades, 4 iron and a piece of charcoal. Kind of interesting that they chose to use the charcoal here instead of coal as well. It's not something you see usually in a recipe. I like it. And again, shift right click. There's the iris. And just when I needed Lilith, she left the observation room. That's okay though. Huh. I got an energy core. I got a Stargate energy core crystal. Lilith, did you give this to me?
Yes.
Alright. Do me a favor, go into the observation room.
You might want to get what I just threw in.
I'll put it with the rest of the Stargate stuff. Now,
Hey, what about the other stuff I just threw to you?
I don't know why y'all are all giving me the Stargate stuff unless y'all want me to come to y'all's external bases and build Stargates for y'all.
There we go. I'm donating stuff to the community. Okay, I'm in.
See that lever on the wall? Flick it for me. Don't have it lined up right. That's something I'm going to have to work on.
Click off.
Break the lever. Bring it to me. This is what I want to show. Now I just have to rewire it a little bit because there is a redstone signal running through the wall here. I want to show what this iris upgrade does. You can come look.
I'm coming.
Let's find the right spot for this. There we go. That's the iris upgrade. Pretty cool. I will be working on where to put this. Alright. And that is all the time I have for recording today. I want to thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, hit that like button. Feel free to comment. Also, you can reach me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. The links for those will be in the description. I will also be putting a link to this lovely woman's channel here in the description as well. Alright, if this is the first video you've seen by me, please subscribe. Help this channel grow. If you have already subscribed, feel free to share this with your friends. Encourage them to subscribe. Peer pressure. No, just kidding, but do feel free to share it. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.